Is it time to let Luke Campbell off the leash? Moving into top class here against recent world champion Argenis MendeZ. Glenn and Andy again after our MC.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing is proud to bring you 12 rounds for the vacant WBC Silver Lightweight crown. Our officials, appointed by the British Boxing Board of Control, steward in charge, Mr. Alistair Hayes, and the World Boxing Council supervisor from Rhode Island, Mr. Michael George. Our three scoring judges from England, Mr. John Keane, from the USA, Mr. John McKay, and from Mexico, Senor Juan Carlos Pelayo. Our timekeeper, Mr. Tony Dunkley, and at the sound of the bell, a referee from Scotland, Mr. Victor Laughlin. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the boxers. In the red corner, wearing red shorts, blue and white trim, on the scales at 9 stone 8 pounds. From 29 contests, 23 wins, 12 inside the distance, 4 defeats, 1 draw, 1 no contests. Former IBF super featherweight champion of the world from Brooklyn, New York, USA, and the Dominican Republic, el ex campeón del mundo, Argenis MendeZ. And in the blue corner, wearing blue and silver shorts, on the scales 9 stone 8 pounds 1 ounce. 2012 Olympic gold medalist, honored with the MBE. His records: 14 contests, 13 wins, 11 inside the distance, only 1 defeat. The reigning Commonwealth lightweight champion from Hull, Yorkshire, England,
Okay, boys, you've had your instructions in the dressing room. Remember, obey my commands at all time. Defend yourselves at all time. God bless. Let's do it. Buena suerte.
Bit of Spanish there from Victor Laughlin to make Argenis MendeZ feel at home. Huge reception there for Luke Campbell from the First Direct Arena crowd, and this again is a step up. Last time out after that defeat against Ivan Mendy, it was the perfect fight to come back with, really. The Commonwealth title was on the line against Gary Sykes. Sykes, a proven competitor, a faded force, I think it's fair to say. Let's not pretend he wasn't the fighter of old, but Campbell dealt with him emphatically. MendeZ is a former world champion. He feels that Campbell has taken this fight because of the manner of his defeat against Robert Easter, undefeated fighter who now takes on Richard Comey for the IBF title. And when you watch it, it was a little bit of a worry. He was scrambled by a chopping overhand right, but they say he took a back injury into that fight. He shouldn't have taken the fight. His cornerman, his trainer Asa Beard, said to me yesterday he told him not to take the fight, but he did take it, and that MendeZ has got plenty left. If he has, then this is going to be a very hard night for Campbell.
Yeah, it is going to be a tough night, as you say, if he has got a lot left. I'll tell you right, he's only got that loss that looks a little worrying, but if he was having an off night, could be a real handful. Already just looking at him, measure up, center ring, he knows what he's doing. Got some good wins, boxed in very good company.
Former IBF super featherweight champion travel away to South Africa to win an eliminator, and to Mexico, beating Salgado in the end in a rematch. Campbell looking to try and come in with the left hand. This is his second fight under Cuban trainer Jorge Rubio. He's been back out in Miami, spent 8 weeks out there.
Well, you've got to hand it to him. He's done the right thing, going into American gym, staying there, being away from his family, working really hard. A lot of tough guys out in the gyms in the States. All want to take you apart, make a name for themselves. He's especially if you're an Olympic champion.
MendeZ looking for the right to the body. Campbell with a good left hand on the end of that combination. The right seemed like it might be slightly towards the back of the head there from Campbell, but the left was a good punch to finish on.
MendeZ did seem a little bit bemused there when that combination of punches went in. He'll have to get used to the speed of hand of Luke Campbell. Very, very fast hands.
Campbell just overbalancing a touch as he threw that left hand into the final 10 seconds of this opening round. MendeZ just pulling out with the lead left himself. The right hand looked a little bit low, maybe, right on the belt. Referee had a good look at it. Bell goes at the end of the opening 3 minutes.
Hit him more down, turn, and out. Okay? When you hit it 1, 2, repeat the left again. Don't keep him from.
Well, that's a Campbell corner. The advice coming from Jorge Rubio. A quick look at some action from that first round.
Yeah, that was Campbell's round, getting off nice and sharp, landing with the left hand right through the middle there behind the southpaw jab.
MendeZ has picked up some interesting sparring for this one. He's done a lot of rounds with Josh Taylor. Taylor's been out in Brooklyn, where MendeZ is based, a good while now, alongside Carl Frampton. Fights on the undercard of Frampton Santa Cruz. Very best of luck to Frampton as he looks to land that WBA featherweight title. And Taylor and Campbell are very similar. Taylor's the weight up, but he's a big tall southpaw as well. Both excellent amateurs, GB teammates. He's also been in with Josue Vargas, the prodigy he's called, signed by Mayweather Promotions, just 18 years old. A lot expected of him. He's one weight further up at welter.
MendeZ trying to get used to the southpaw stance there, just trying to figure it out, get his shots off, looking to get a little right hand in there.
MendeZ trying to get that jab working. Hasn't managed to find a distance. It's not really reaching. Campbell with that wide balanced stance, looks for the left hand to the body, and as he threw it, MendeZ just moved in on him.
Yeah, it was MendeZ looking to hold inside there. But I think it's important for Campbell to get off to a good start, try and hurt MendeZ, shake him up a little bit. He's a long way from home. Yeah, that sort of factor.
What a great right hand there from MendeZ. Campbell on his way in, caught it absolutely flush. Right hand just came through the middle, and down goes Luke Campbell. He looks okay, looking straight back at Victor Locklin, but that was a heavy shot. And we've got just under a minute remaining in round 2. What is MendeZ going to do now?
Yeah, well, that's gone the other way. He's obviously got plenty left. That was a good long right hand.
MendeZ being patient here again, just looking for that jab. We'll try and send that right hand again before the end of the round, I'm sure, and there it goes. Didn't really make full contact this time between rounds. Jorge Rubio said to Campbell, when you hit him, don't follow it in, don't follow him in. And he was on his way in as he was caught by that crisp right from MendeZ there.
He was standing straight up as he followed it in as well, exactly what Rubio said not to do. And it's MendeZ that gets through with a hurtful shot early on, takes the play away from Campbell. How's he gonna regroup, Campbell?
He got back to his feet quickly enough, solidly enough. Well, goes to the end of the second round. Just a little bit of blood coming from the bottom lip there of Campbell as well.
The only hand that you need to be careful is the right hand. I told you, no. Don't keep in front. Remember, no, always when you go to him, move around.
Well, that was exactly what he was saying, Rubio. He's standing up. So lazy. Right hand jab went out, square on. There it is. Didn't commit with that with that right hand jab that he needed to do. Mendes just walked straight through it. There, tentative right jab straight through the middle with the right hand. The punch for the southpaw landed perfectly. And it's Mendes that's got the good start.
Down. Okay, for him, move down, you can pick it up, okay?
Well, as you say, how will Campbell respond? He was down against Mendy in the 5th after a left hook to the head. That was the first time that had happened to him, and it's happened again here as early as the 2nd round. And Campbell just looking to try and land that southpaw jab. Mendes staying with his weight more towards his back foot. He's always been a good kind of 3/4 distance fighter, maybe at times a little bit overcautious. And as I say, when you watch that stoppage from Easter back, it was just the fact that he was standing tall, backed up to the ropes, hands down, didn't even really seem to see the punch coming, and it just took everything away from him. But before that, he had a decent result against former lightweight champion Miguel Vasquez, beat him over 10 rounds.
Well, he's waiting, isn't he, Mendes? He's not committing himself at all. He's allowing Campbell to lead off and commit himself, and then he's looking to counter. So cagey, knowledgeable fighter we're seeing already.
Campbell just looking to land that southpaw backhand. It just cuffed Mendes around the side of the head. About 10 seconds before that, Mendes looked to me to land a good solid right hand to the body. And again there.
He's lively when he lets his punches go, isn't he? That's better from Campbell.
Mendes just holding up that left hand, just trying to catch that jab. That was better from Campbell. The backhand got through, but then Mendes replies with a good couple of body shots there. Some good sting on both of those.
Yeah, he's going to have to throw combinations of punches. I don't think 1 or 2 is going to be enough from Campbell, because Mendes is waiting to counter from the right-left. So he's going to have to try and rush in and give him some angles and throw combinations of punches.
Just doubling up on the jab there, Campbell. 2 single jabs, really.
But he's falling short with that jab. Look, he's not even, you know, so that he's tentative with that punch already, and it's early in the fight.
Mendes just managing to turn and get out of the neutral corner, and this is a real test.
Yeah, this is educated boxing from Mendes. Still looks sharp. Doesn't look over the top, does he?
Well, let's head ringside and find out what Johnny Nelson makes of it all. He's with Ed Robinson.
Well, Johnny, Luke Campbell's dropped in the 2nd round with a jab right hand. How big of a worry for that is him in this fight?
I don't think it's that much of a worry. I think him being out in Miami is prepared for all this kind of stuff. The tough sparring he has. I thought he came out very mature, very strong. He didn't panic when he got put down. He's come out again and carried on to, with his boxing. He made a mistake. He's adjusted from it. That discipline, that maturity is what he needs for fights like this.
But do you think he's listening enough to his corner?
He will now. He will now. One mistake will not make another one. And now that'll make him more alert, more excited, and think, right, I've got to stick to a game plan here. You watch how he flourishes and starts to run away with this fight as it rolls on.
So it's all about not panicking, sticking to what you're good at.
Maturity, that is what he needs. That's what Miami's done for him. That is what this new trainer's given him.
Thanks, Johnny.
So into the 4th. Interesting start to this fight, certainly. Luke Campbell, 28 years old. We all know about his amateur record, of course, the Olympic gold medal, World Championship silver medal, European gold medal, and he wants to move quickly. He doesn't want to hang around, and that's why they've been taking fights like this.
Well, it's now a real test of character and will for Luke Campbell. Got to really show what he's made of.
And that was good there from Campbell. Maybe didn't quite get there with the jab, but then did with the left hand, the backhand. Good jab there, though, from MendeZ. Right hand from MendeZ, just bouncing off the shoulder of Campbell.
Yeah, he looks lively, though, when he puts his combinations together, MendeZ. Just got to see a little bit more from Campbell. It's quite predictable what he's doing.
He's got the height and reach advantage, as he generally will have, but he's just finding MendeZ to be an elusive target. He looks like he's in range, Campbell feels like he's in range, and then as he throws, he isn't quite where he thought he was. MendeZ lets go with a big whipping kind of uppercut, wide uppercut almost, which missed, I think, by a good margin.
He's very elusive, isn't he? His reflexes are good, MendeZ, which shows he's worked hard in the gym. His timing is bang on. But I think one of the things that could be a problem is work rate for MendeZ. Doesn't do a great deal. He waits. That's where Campbell has to look to be busier. Combination punches.
Mentioned Campbell's amateur record. MendeZ was a good one himself. Boxed at the Olympics in Athens in 2004 when he was just 18. Moved from the Dominican Republic to Brooklyn to turn professional a couple of years after that. Left hand there from Campbell, made contact, but MendeZ was just on the retreat, taking the weight back. Campbell still trying to keep that head on the move, see if he can find a home for that southpaw jab.
Well, it's good concentration from Campbell in there. He's really alert, doing better in this round. Once they land to the body, he's looking for that straight left hand to the midsection. It's harder to move your body out the way, so he's right to do that.
Right hand came back there from MendeZ. He jabbed to the body a bit at the end of that round as well, which maybe is a wise policy.
Right, but put him pressure, bring him back wrong. But remember,
animated advice from Jorge Rubio.
Yeah, but basically, you know, he wants more. He's predictable. He's thrown two punches. He's thrown the right, left, and he wants him to step off to either side and then attack again to build up the attacks.
Jorge Rubio, obviously a very experienced, very well-respected trainer, but there's just so much information coming Campbell's way in there. How easy is it to take any of it, if all of it in?
Well, you know, you've got to be concentrating. You've got to be listening to your corner. Obviously, when you've been knocked down, it's very easy to start drifting for different thoughts to start coming in your head. Negative thoughts. You know, things are going wrong, but it's really about concentration, keeping focused.
MendeZ just got his feet in a tangle there as Campbell was coming forward. Campbell almost just treading on the foot there of MendeZ. Always a possibility when an orthodox fighter meets a southpaw. Just dabbing at his eye there, MendeZ. Maybe the heads just came together.
Yeah, they clashed, but it was Campbell that kept working with the free left hand, jabbing away with little shots. Getting busier, Campbell. This is better. It's waking up a little bit.
Left hand wasn't too far away there, and then looked to try and chop down with the right. MendeZ had half turned his back, looking for a left to the body there, Campbell as well. And you mentioned it in the last round, at the end of the last round, that he was just trying to touch MendeZ to the body a bit more, but again, as he just overextended on the jab there, he found himself on the end of a right hand there, Campbell. He's got to be very careful.
Yeah, well, he's just coming a bit square on as he goes to bring the left hand through. Now, we know he's very, very fast of hand, Luke Campbell, so it's surprising that counter from MendeZ is working, but it's a danger punch.
MendeZ is flicking that elbow, the punches as they come in, carries that left hand very low, always does, reaches in with a right to the body there.
I wonder if we're going to see MendeZ up a gear a little bit. He knows he's a long way from home.
He's no stranger to the UK. MendeZ, trained by Asa Beard, younger brother of Lee Beard. He spent time over here. He sparred the likes of Stephen Smith, trained alongside Matthew Hatton. He just moved by the left hand there of Campbell. He threw the right to the body there, MendeZ, and then just stayed where he was. And Campbell managed to make contact, not solid contact, as we draw towards the conclusion of this 5th round.
Yeah, he's still been a little busier for me, Luke Campbell. Just trying that bit harder. That's the problem for MendeZ. His work rate is not great.
But you need to be smart. If you don't win for KO, don't care. The problem is win.
Boy, Rubio just asking his fighter to be smart.
Yeah. He's worked better though. Luke Campbell is getting himself back into this.
Well, this for the vacant WBC silver title. The WBC champion at the moment is Dejan Zlatican, and Jorge Linares was stripped due to inactivity, due to injury, and he's in with Anthony Crolla on September the 24th. Crolla holding the WBA belt. Terry Flanagan, after a pretty straightforward defence a couple of weeks ago. The WBO champion, as I mentioned, Easter and Richard Comey fighting for the IBF title. That's September the 9th down in Pennsylvania.
Quite surprised that MendeZ is so quiet. You know, he's just waiting for counters all the time. Maybe having that success in the 2nd round, he feels that, you know, just if he plays the waiting game, he can make Campbell work on another one of those right hands.
WBC transfer on the back of MendeZ's shorts is just coming loose as Campbell again tries to just inch by inch, just close that gap to the kind of distance he needs. These punches which were falling short, they're getting closer, some are landing more consistently now, jabs to the body.
Seems to be warming up in there, Campbell, pushing in the distance with the feet and then looks for a body shot.
MendeZ a little tentative with that left hand of his own there, just pushing it out.
Yeah, still the waiting game from MendeZ, isn't it? On the back foot, he's just looking like he's trying to draw Campbell in, draw him under that right hand. But he's got to do something in the meanwhile. Otherwise, Campbell starts to pick away, getting these rounds.
It's Campbell who's been coming forward since the start of the fight. Nice combination there from Campbell, who's put down by that right hand, the right to the body there. I just thought for a second that might have hurt MendeZ, but he was just moving away to his right-hand side. He's trapped in the neutral corner there at the minute, MendeZ, just using that cross to try and protect that torso.
This is the best spell of the fight for Luke Campbell, who's getting busy, starting to get a bit more confidence. I think he feels like he's making a bit of headway, starting to get to MendeZ.
And in truth, MendeZ, apart from landing that one right hand, hasn't really done an awful lot, but that would give you encouragement once you've landed it once that you can do it again. Well, there's a scene at the First Direct Arena in Leeds. This place is bouncing already, and it will be even more so later on with the arrival of Josh Warrington. We are in the middle of a crucial encounter, this for Luke Campbell, and he's been coming back into the fight since that knockdown in the 2nd round. His best round, you would say, was the one that we've just seen. Let's have a look at your scorecard, Glenn, through 6 rounds.
Yeah, so for the first time since the first round, he nudges his head back in front, Luke Campbell, and that really is just down to the lack of work from MendeZ. Campbell starting to get some confidence, starting to push forward, and very little coming from the visitor.
That left hand there from Campbell got through. Sweat spraying off the head of MendeZ, and we were remarking in the first couple of rounds, and the second round particularly, that he was just a little bit tentative at times. Campbell, understandable once he'd been caught by that right hand that he would be, but there's a lot more conviction now. Good jab there from Campbell, and then just got clipped maybe by the left hand as he'd thrown it, but it was a good stiff lead right hand.
Yeah, well, after that second round, a few demons probably crept into the head, so he's managed to get rid of those, start concentrating on his work rate. We're getting complaints now from MendeZ. Never a good sign when a fighter starts complaining to the referee. Starting to feel sorry for himself a little bit.
Campbell trying to measure the left hand, was just slightly too close, and MendeZ really just using the perimeter of the ring, the periphery of the ring, feels that bottom rope on the back of his calf pretty regularly. Campbell trying to keep that upper body moving and feint his way in. Left hand just knocked MendeZ off balance there towards the neutral corner, and then Campbell, as he tried to close in, was just a little bit too close.
Yeah, but it's better. Now he's starting to throw more than just the two shots. That predictability has gone a bit. He's rushing in, he's trying to give a few angles, he's letting the combinations go. Much, much better from Campbell.
Campbell just dipping that front toe into the water almost, just to feel the temperature, trying to draw something from MendeZ, who again is very circumspect. He generally has been throughout his career. One thing that you could label him as would be overcautious at times.
Yeah, you're not going to get a win being this negative. So looking good for Campbell now, who's getting into a gear. His timing's coming better, and now he's starting to let the combinations go. We're seeing much better work from Luke Campbell.
I think a happier man in that Luke Campbell corner than he was after the first couple of rounds, and there's Dylan White just relaxing backstage. You would think that he's about to fight 10 rounds in the heavyweight division.
Well, he is a character. He's a funny guy. But if you're looking to make a bit of a name for himself here in this fight with David Allen.
Well, David Allen is another man with a lot to say. He wasn't overly keen on this match to start with, purely because he didn't want to give White the advantage of short notice, but when the Sheffield show that was potentially set for September fell by the wayside with Kell Brook heading for the O2 against Gennady Golovkin, he realised he needed to take it, he needed to try and seize the day, and he is not a man who is racked by self-doubt.
Second down, round 8.
We're ahead,
So into the 8th. Luke Campbell in the black and white shorts, I described them as, and MendeZ in the red and blue. MendeZ, a former IBF super featherweight champion. Campbell, the Commonwealth champion after that win against Gary Sykes, coming back following the defeat to Ivan Mendy.
Well, he's kind of showing for all to see what he's trying to do, isn't he, MendeZ? Wait for that right hand. Unfortunately, Campbell knows that now, and he's beating him to the punch.
Back to the body there from Campbell, then just took a step away to his right-hand side to see if he could stick the right in. And MendeZ at the minute, the last couple of rounds, is throwing about 20 punches around.
Well, as many as that. I'm surprised it's that many. Doesn't do a lot at all, does he? Just waiting, waiting, waiting. It's time to get on a bit of a hurry for MendeZ. Not just missed this bus.
Campbell, as always, has got himself into fantastic condition over there in Miami. The second camp he's had over there now, taking himself out of his comfort zone, away from his family, away from his friends. It's all work over there.
But MendeZ is not even going to test that condition, is he? He's been so negative.
MendeZ gets a couple of jabs away there, but Campbell just taking the weight back onto his heels, able to stay out of the way. He actually first got in touch with Rubio a good while ago, he told me. He contacted him online, they were discussing boxing, and he'd been doing bits and pieces with him for about a year and a half before he officially took over as his trainer. Most people in the UK, well, a lot of people in the UK who follow boxing remember Rubio as being the man in Amir Khan's corner when he got flattered by Bradis Prescott. He seemed to get blamed for that.
But again, we have the same cautious tactics from MendeZ. Tried a right hand there, didn't quite come off. But you just want to see the Dominican Republican boxer just go for it a bit. Just start to throw some shots. Go and try and test the chin of Campbell.
Campbell made him miss there and almost made him pay right at the end of the round.
Hey, 12 minutes if we count 12 minutes sometimes. Deep breath.
He's pulling away a bit now. Campbell, what are they going to tell him in the MendeZ corner? Certainly, you'd think it would be just okay. Let's time you had a look at him. Let's get to work now and see if we can get something from this.
Nice Mark Farai and Asa Beard in there. Asa Beard, as I mentioned, younger brother of Lee Beard, who's in charge of the likes of Vijender Singh, who had his Indian homecoming not so long ago, and Adrian Gonzalez, his stepson, Jack Catterall too.
Remember, hit it here, hit it down, hit it here. In different front. Don't concentrate only in a straight front, not only hit it down. Okay? Move your head, don't keep in front. Don't keep in front, okay?
Campbell maybe just trying to quicken up those feet a little bit at the start of the 9th round. Took a bit more pressure on MendeZ possibly. It's all going nicely now. He's got himself into a good rhythm.
Well, this always had the making on paper of potentially being a difficult fight with former champion Argenis MendeZ. You know, he's a quality in the past, coming off a bad loss though. Wondered if he was on the slide. The second round was a bit of a worry when he put Campbell on the floor though, but hasn't shown much else since then.
Campbell looking to try and pull the trigger on that left hand and just pulled it back as he let it go, realised it wasn't quite going to make it. MendeZ is staggered, lots of balance really. The left hand from Campbell did make contact. Up close there, and MendeZ just trying to beckon Campbell in. That's the best chance he's got maybe of landing that right hand again, but Campbell is not going to overcommit here. It'll be foolish to at this stage, really. Good right to the body there from Campbell.
Oh, he committed himself there. Good left hand from Campbell. Really rocked the head back of MendeZ. The best punch that's thrown from Campbell or landed.
I mentioned that IBF title, which will be contested by Jermaine Easter, who beat Argenis MendeZ. It was actually defended successfully by an old nemesis of MendeZ, Rantis Bartholomew, recently against Mickey Bay, but he's given that title up. plenty of good fighters in the lightweight division.
Certainly is. A lot of them in this country as well, isn't it? Do a little bit more, but not working there, Mendes. Caught by the counter from Campbell this time.
Victor Locklin just pushing the two apart in the final few seconds of the 9th round. This Leeds crowd in fine voice tonight, as they always are. Good stinging shot there from Campbell, right on the bell.
Well, he steps to the side nicely. That's what Jorge Rubio's been asking him to do. You know, don't come at him in straight lines. Didn't quite let right back. Didn't really get full power on that. That would have been an excellent shot if he had up. But you know, he's trying things out now. He's alert and he's on top. That's the most important thing.
Okay.
Williamson in the corner there as well, hasn't had too much work to do so far. 10th round, 3 to go. They're scheduled for 12 for the vacant WBC silver title at lightweight. Luke Campbell in the black and white. Argenis MendeZ of the Dominican Republic, now resident in Brooklyn, has been for 10 years in the red and blue.
He just complimented Luke Campbell on that nice straight left hand. I think he just said, I think I heard him as he mouthed nice when Campbell hit him on the chin. There's no good paying him compliments. He needs to stop trying to win some rounds, doesn't he, Mendes?
This is the second fight that Campbell and Rubio have had together, the second full training camp they've had. Have you noticed any particular differences between Campbell Mark II and Campbell Mark I, if you like?
Well, he looks very, very alert. Concentration's good. I mean, he's been on the floor and he didn't fall apart. You know, he regrouped and got himself got back on what he was doing. And you know, he's doing well. He's ahead, and that's good.
Campbell finishing on the left to the body, right to the body, came back down from MendeZ. Just been tied up on the inside there as he moved forward.
What's good to see is when he did move forward, you know, he was trying to throw punches, Campbell. Well, just a cagey performance, very negative from MendeZ. He just waited to find that one punch. He found it in the second round, wasn't good enough. Got the knockdown, but that's all. And from then, Campbell is rebuilt.
Left hand there from Campbell, just caught MendeZ almost on the back as he was moving away across the ropes to his right-hand side. And good snappy shot there from Campbell. The final 20 seconds of round 10, 2 more to go after this, and then we'll have Dylan White against David Allen, and after that Josh Warrington against Patrick Hyland, who missed the weight at the weigh-in yesterday.
Little flurry of punches there, but it was Campbell that got through with the better one. He did take one right down there, but he took it well at that point.
Well, between rounds, let's go down ringside to Ed Robinson and Johnny Nelson.
Well, Johnny, Luke seemed very tense early, maybe a bit disjointed in his boxing, but he's loosened up now. But are you disappointed with how negative MendeZ has been in the later rounds?
I think MendeZ has taken on that sparring partner mentality. After that second round knockdown, he thought he'd get confidence from that, but Luke came back strong in the third round, strong run, and he kind of broke his heart. So now he's trying to play possum, he's trying to kid and con to make out as though he's going to do something, and Luke has kept the pressure on him. So he's put him into sparring mentality mode where he's trying to survive now to get a throw out a decent 1 or 2 shots. Whereas for Luke, the knockdown was the best thing, because now he's alert, he's got hungry, he now put pressure on MendeZ, and it's working well.
You're impressed with the way he's adapted, Luke?
Very impressed. This is a new Luke Campbell, where he's very confident and very full of himself, and he's still learning.
Thanks, Johnny.
Johnny Nelson using the word adapt there, and that's what all really good fighters have to be able to do to the fight situation, to the opponent in front of them. And when you have the extensive amateur background that Campbell has, it's usually an advantage in that sense, isn't it? Because in those 3-round fights, you have to figure out your opponent very, very quickly. You can't give away the first round.
Yeah, you know, and this is difficult for an opponent. You know, there's not a lot of action going on. There's not a lot happening. You know that the crowd might be getting a little bit restless. What you can't do is just go in silly. You can't go in because he already knows that MendeZ has the power to put him on the floor, has the speed and the timing to do that. So he's got to be cagey himself. He can't overcommit, but he's got to do the work to win the rounds, and that's what he's managed to do. He has adapted. Very difficult, frustrating opponent to fight, I would imagine, MendeZ. Somebody that is capable but isn't doing a lot. He's just waiting for you.
Campbell just trying to get his hands going on the inside there. Landed a couple of decent enough looking body shots and then just smothered his own punches a bit. MendeZ trying to flick out that jab. That's really all we've seen from him in recent times.
Falling short with his counters now, isn't he? He's not stepping in with them, which means he's lacking a bit of confidence, MendeZ.
Well, this will be the second time that Campbell has done the full 12, unless he can manage to stop MendeZ in the time remaining, which seems unlikely.
MendeZ just looking to inch his way forward, which he hasn't done throughout this fight. So is he looking for a little final fling late on? Accurate with that southpaw jab, Campbell.
It's a good jab, and in the early stages he was struggling to land, really. He was just a little bit too far out. And a bit eager to close the gap, really, and that's what caused the problem. He walked onto that right hand that Jorge Rubio had warned him about. He's finding the range better here now.
Yeah, and taking the shots better. He's clipped there with the right hand. He's not flinching now. Caught cold a little bit in the second round. Just got a bit square on. Going to be a bit more embarrassing than actually hurt.
Rubio in between rounds is always very, very quick to get Campbell sat down and get talking to him as quickly as he possibly can. Let's have a quick listen to the MendeZ scoring up again.
Win this round big. Hey, you never lost a 12th round, right? You never lost a 12th round, ever. Win this round big. Win this round big. All right? Win this round big. Deep breath.
Well, they want a big effort from MendeZ, and so they should. He hasn't done anything really at all, has he? Been on the back foot. Campbell is trying to work, has done enough to be winning all of these rounds.
Okay, when you move, you need to hit, you move your legs again. Be careful when you run.
12th and final round. The two come to the centre of the ring to touch gloves, and a fight that didn't start all that well for Luke Campbell is going to finish satisfactorily, unless MendeZ can do something very unexpected in this final 3 minutes. And on a scale of unexpected things to happen, it would be right up there, were it to.
Well, you would have thought that he'd give it a try in one of the middle rounds, just to test the water a little bit, rather than leave it till the last round. So I don't expect him to change that much. Maybe he's just try a few more right hands. But he's a mile behind on my card.
Campbell has mentioned since that defeat he made changes. He made changes straight away. Over to Miami. As I mentioned, travelling away to try and progress his career, and came back and won the Commonwealth title against a former domestic champion. Stepped it up this time to a former world champion. Blessed for lightweights in the UK at the moment. I mentioned Troller and Flanagan earlier on. Still debate raging as to who's the best lightweight in Manchester, and they're both world champions.
Yeah, it'd be great to see that fight happen. I think it probably could happen. Let's get the two of them together. We've seen some great matches these days. And we've got that fantastic one with Triple G and Kell Brook coming up in September.
And just a week after that as well, another huge fight for British boxing, Liam Smith and Canelo Alvarez. And it's strange how these things work out, isn't it? Because everybody wanted to see worldwide, I think, Canelo against Golovkin. It looked like it would happen. It hasn't happened. But for British boxing,
yeah,
it's been a blessing, really.
Yeah, but I think, you know, British fans want to see British fighters in real big fights, you know. That's where the interest is. If we can get big world championship domestic classes, we know that's what sells. That's what people are interested in. That's the big ones. So let's make them when we can, when the fighters are around.
Into the final few seconds, Campbell just trying to put his foot to the floor. In the last minute of this fight, he's going to get through these 12 rounds. He's negotiated them comfortably enough. MendeZ is not back into the ropes there. Couple of good stinging shots there from Campbell, who's still got plenty left. Tucks up nicely as MendeZ looks to try and fire back to the body. Bell goes, and it's mission accomplished there for Luke Campbell. Wasn't the best of starts, suffering the knockdown in the second round, but trainer Jorge Rubio looks more than satisfied with it. And Sabir comes in and wraps up his man, Argenis MendeZ. MendeZ got through the 36 minutes. An experienced campaign. Let's have a look at your card, Glenn, and it's clear water there for Luke Campbell.
Yeah, big winner, Luke Campbell. Did everything that he had to do after getting put on the floor. Looked a little bit shaky in the second, regrouped and got himself in the fourth round on. So he knew exactly what he had to do. He was always careful, didn't overcommit, but then why would you? If, you know, we know you got a dangerous opponent in front of you. MendeZ, little disappointing that he never really, you know, tried to take this fight and tried to go for it. So disappointing from that aspect.
Well, it'll be another title as well after picking up the Commonwealth title, becoming the first fighter to win the Commonwealth Championship in his last fight. Luke Campbell now will claim the vacant WBC silver, so that will get him up those rankings. As I mentioned, Dejan Zlatikanin is the champ at the moment. Linares, who it was, is facing Anthony Crolla in a fantastic fight on September the 24th. The season really getting off to a superb start. When we're back from the August break, our MC Craig Stephen is standing by. So let's cross over to him now and get the final scorecards.
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to our judges' score totals. Judge John Keane, 116, 111. Juan Carlos Peleo, 117, 110. John McKay, 115, 112. All in agreement in favour of the winner, the new WBC Silver Lightweight Champion from
Well, the scores are 116 to 111 and 117 to 110, in line with what Glenn had. 115, 112 was a little bit tight maybe, but it's of no importance. Luke Campbell has won the fight, and he continues his progression in front of a very noisy Leeds crowd. And next up, it'll be the heavyweights. Dylan White on the pads there with Mark Tibbs. It's the second fight he's had under Mark Tibbs. He's changed trainers on a couple of occasions in recent times. Chris Oko, with his accident, was unable to continue. Then he went to Jonathan Banks. And now with Mark Tibbs, who's set up at the West Ham club, cracking old club out the back of Clarstow Underground Station. And Luke Campbell will be down ringside talking to Andy Scott before too long. We've discussed the other world champions in a little bit of detail there. Two of them are British, we know. How far off is he challenging one of them?
Well, I think, you know, he's an former Olympic champion. I think, you know, he's ready to go in. He's ready to go in with those guys now. You know, he's ready to have a shot at him and give it his, you know, his best. And I think, why wait any longer? And I think that's what they'll be gearing up to try and give him a good domestic title fight.
OK, well, let's hear from him now. He's ringside with Andy Scott.
Luke, a wide points win against the former world champion, but was that a frustrating night's work for you tonight?
I was in with very seasoned pro, a top-class pro, a very smart as well. I knew it was going to be a little bit of game of chess. He's got a lot of skill. He's a big guy. And, you know, it was a big step up for me. But then again, it was a good opportunity for me as well. So it was a great learning fight, 12 rounds. And, you know, I had to be smart. As you can see in the second round, I leaned back, didn't move my feet, and I got brought over with the right hand, but I was totally fine, got up, no problem, and went on to win every other round. On a critical note, your critics will say that that's the second time that you've been on the canvas. Is that a worry as you move up towards world level? No, not a problem. I was totally fine. It's because I leaned back. So with all these fills coming forward, it just pushed me off my balance, and that's all it was. It was totally fine. And, you know, I got up. Everything was intact. I've got a good chin, trust me. And very quickly, is it world titles next for you? You know, that was a great learning fight. Eddie's the man, you know, he'll pave the path like he did with this fight. You know, and me and George will work at it and keep moving forward. And that's what we do. Well done.
Well, it never quite caught